Welcome once again to the BizLife Podcast. My name is Mike Bindrup, and I'm here with my co-host, Carlos Gomez from the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning. Glad to be here, Mike.
Thank you, Carlos. And we are broadcasting live from our downtown location at the Latin Chamber of Commerce. We are the Small Business Education Program. We're part of UNR Extension, and we're happy to be here today with our guest, Rachel Flores.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Wonderful. And Rachel's you're going to ask you to introduce yourself in just a second, but Rachel's part of our new Office of Economic Development in Clark County. She's got some exciting news to share about a new program that we have going on that we're excited to participate with her with that. So welcome very much.
Thanks.
So tell us how did you get into this business, and tell us about your office.
Well, I kind of fell into economic development. I used to work in finance, and like everyone else in 2008, I got laid off. And then I was wondering, what will I do with myself? And I was like, I got my first government job. So it's been about 10 years. And yeah, I think this is the thing.
Nice. Now, can you explain for us what is economic development? Because I have people ask me every day, I'm not sure exactly what that is. I think I know what it is, but what is it to you?
Only if you explain it to me first.
No, you got to explain. You're our expert today.
No, economic development basically means that we're the stewards of the local economy. Obviously, everyone focuses on, there's often a lot of focus on the big federal economy, but for municipalities and cities, someone has to watch over the local economy because obviously it works differently. Especially here in Las Vegas, we're a very different animal. So that can encompass a myriad of things. It could be small business development. It could be recruitment of big companies coming into the area. But basically, we try to make sure that things work properly, that there's jobs, there's opportunities for people within our jurisdiction.
That's awesome. That's a great definition of economic development. Helping make sure that the economy is running appropriately, and then jumping in as needed. You know?
Yes, taking the pulse. It's going great, going down. What is going on?
That's it. We always got to keep the pulse going, Carla.
It only took me 10 years.
It only took. Well, we're glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about your office.
Yeah, so our office is actually really new. We're the first economic development department in Clark County. Traditionally, the cities had some, but Clark County itself did not. So and that's because we never needed to. We have the Fantastic Strip, which is within the Clark County, who always took care of our local economy. But now that things are changing and growing, they decided that we needed to maybe add a little bit more focus and diversify. Mm-hmm. Diversification is the important part, and also to connect more with the local business community, which is really important.
Absolutely. I think that's wonderful. And today we're here to talk about a new program.
Yes, we are.
Called TEAP, right?
Correct.
What does TEAP stand for?
TEAP stands for the Technical Economic Wait, what? I'm sorry. I say it so much. The Technical Economic Assistance Program.
Okay, good. I'm asking you because I always forget. I'm like, technical education? No.
That's economic.
Technical Economic Assistance Program.
Yeah.
All right, we got that right. Yeah. We're all on the same page now. So tell us about the TEAP program.
So the TEAP program, it's a two-part program. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to give you business advisory assistance, and we're going to give you some money.
Wow.
Like free money.
Free money.
This is not
like free money.
No. Well, no, it's not free.
Carlos said there's free and there's free and there's free. No, we don't like that.
No, it's actually an investment. It's a grant. It's not going to be a loan, and I think that's really important for people to recognize that this is not a loan. This is not something you'll be paying back. We're starting off from moment one that you are going to be receiving these funds, and the expectation is that you invest them into your business. So
that's excellent.
Yeah.
So this is pretty unique. This hasn't been done before, has it?
Everyone says it hasn't, and it's just so strange to me.
Isn't it crazy? I've heard that. Nobody's done this.
We've been in this community for a long time. So it's the first time I heard that. So yeah. I know during COVID, because always before COVID, after COVID, during the COVID, the grants assistance for businesses was great because support businesses. But But now to see the government doing investments in our community and the business community is the first thing I hear of.
It's pretty amazing. And I remember when I got introduced to the program, they said hasn't been done across the United States anywhere. Clark County is literally the pioneer in this aspect.
That's what we're hoping. So we have to make it successful.
No, we'll support you because it's much needed. It's much needed.
Yeah, it's a good cause, worthy cause. Mm-hmm. So tell us how the program works.
So the program works like this. If you are selected, you will be working with a technical advisor for 13 months. And within those 13 months, what's going to happen is basically we're going to create a work plan for you to work on your business. So whatever you've ever wanted to do with your business that you're always like, oh, if I had like X amount of money, what I could really do, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to write that plan up. Within the first 30 days, you'll sit down with an advisor, come up with a plan, and then the next 12 months, you're going to be implementing that plan.
This program is bilingual, English and Spanish?
Correct. It is in English and Spanish, and we actually even have a couple of opportunities to pair people with people who speak some of the Asian languages.
Oh, nice. So, very nice.
So okay. we're trying to diversify into really different areas of the community.
Which Asian languages?
I believe we have Vietnamese, Chinese, and Thai.
Wow. Way to go, Clark County. That's really great.
Well, that's great, CSN,
yes.
So shout out to CSN.
But that's great. It's good. No, the good thing is you connect the community partners to provide the services and all together.
Exactly.
And because already the services are there, like extension, CSN, Latin Chamber of Commerce, Chicanos por la Causa, but put it together as a great
program.
Yes.
I think someone earlier, I heard some very prophetic person say that they didn't want to reinvent the wheel. Mr. Salas. So that's what we were trying to do. What we did find is that, often what goes wrong with some of these programs is that it's being adding people to the space versus leveraging what we already have there. And so we didn't want to go that approach. So
okay. So what are your goals out of the program? What do you hope to achieve?
So our goals are really to build capacity and resiliency within our small businesses. The perfect business that we're looking for is someone, let's say, that was doing well during the pandemic, survived a pandemic, but obviously faced a decline, and now is ready to grow again. And so that's why we're investing, and that's where we're targeting this investment and assistance towards, to helping them kind of be in the post-COVID world. What should your business look like?
Okay. What will be the parameters? For instance, home-based business or retail?
It's open to everyone.
So how many employees? Too? Startups?
It's open to, we do have a startup category, which is a little bit different, but in terms of existing businesses, there is no industry. It's open, like you said, it could be a home-based business. If you were doing well if your business thrived and you opened it during the pandemic and now you're ready to move into a brick and mortar location, that's exactly the kind of...
That's the sweet spot you're looking for.
That's a sweet spot. Obviously, we're the county and we're accountable to where we invest our money. So for us, the important things are jobs, properties, retail, moving people into retail, and just, revenue. So if your business needs, like, let's say $10,000 to buy some piece of equipment that will really up your sales and reduce increase your efficiency, that's what we're looking for. If you're looking to move into a physical space, that's what we hope to help you.
So there's no parameters on how the money is used. It's open to just help the business be more resilient.
Yes, it has to be used as operating capital.
Operating capital. Okay.
Yes, and the technical assistant or the assistants, that will be where you will find. It's not the side of the home, the business owner. I want to do this. That's the technical assistant.
It's
is
both.
where come in both.
Okay.
To make the decision to support
both.
that
Yes.
effort. Okay.
Nice.
Yes, we're there. There. In this program. That's why we didn't put a lot of details or parameters to it, because we know every business is different. Every business has different needs, and who's going to know what your business needs better than the county or you?
Yeah.
Probably the business owner.
Now, Carlos was going to ask this. I felt that Carlos was going to ask this. How big can a business be, right? What's the top out limit on this?
So we don't have, 3 million. 3 million is the top
$3
out.
million in revenue, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, revenue.
So if you make over 3 million, I'm sorry, this is not for you.
It's not, but we have the small businesses that if you are interested in investing, I can give you a list.
But
Awesome.
in regards to number of employees, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's the
actually,
revenue.
it's less than 50 employees.
So less than 50 employees and less than 3 million in revenue.
Okay, that's good.
And you can be a startup, right?
So let's talk about the startup category, because we do get a lot of questions on that. The startup category is ideally your business has to be in operation less than a year or not in operation. It's really focused around people who live in unincorporated Clark County, who are unemployed and who, obviously in this COVID pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. Some people don't have the option of returning to the workforce. Maybe entrepreneurship might be the answer for them. Mm-hmm. So if you are one of those people, that's where the startup category fits in.
Okay.
We are also allowing businesses, let's say you were one of those people who lost your job and you started a business at the height of the pandemic. If it's been operating less than a year, you're in unincorporated Clark County, and I can't stress that enough, you can qualify as a startup as well.
All right, so here's the big question. What does unincorporated Clark County mean for people listening to this that may go, what is that? Aren't we all Clark County?
We all are Clark County, but some of us are unincorporated. No. So what it means is that basically you are in an area that has, the technical definition is you haven't been annexed into a city. So if you live in city of Henderson, city of North Las Vegas, city of Boulder City, Henderson, you're not in unincorporated Clark County. You live in a city.
You live in a city. Okay.
Yeah. For easy kind of off the hand, let's say if you lived west of Sahara, you're in unincorporated Clark County.
Okay.
So if you're like in Spring Valley, below Maryland Parkway on the east side, Moapa, Overturn, Laughlin, those areas are in unincorporated Clark County, which means they don't belong to a city.
Good question. So businesses in Laughlin, they can apply?
Yes.
And Moapa can too.
Yes, Moapa.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 2 people. So
Does Mesquite qualify as a city?
Yes, it does.
So
they can't apply.
They can't apply if you live in Mesquite or if you live in. So if your address says Henderson, North Las Vegas, Mesquite, or Boulder City, those are all cities.
Those are all cities.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
so
that's great.
you guys do have a jurisdiction finder on your
Yes.
website.
Yes,
so
that's my
if you
question.
Google Clark County jurisdiction
Locator,
it'll pop up.
Yeah.
You can type your address in there. Because some people, even though your address might say Las Vegas, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yep.
you still may be in unincorporated Clark County.
Yes. Why make it easy?
Yeah, exactly.
And even people recognize Las Vegas, the strip, which is not Las Vegas, it's Clark County.
That is correct.
We always tell people Elvis never actually played in the city of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
He only played on the strip. That's a tricky designation. So
It is. But, if you have questions, just feel free to reach out to us. If we know it's tricky, we understand it, just ask. And actually, even if you go to the actual application, we do have a link within the application that you can click and do that.
it goes to the jurisdiction finder.
Yeah, and also, you had a business, you had the business license. And the business license define where you are. Even though by law, for instance, general contractors, they had a multi-jurisdictional licenses.
Exactly.
So, but they can be North Las Vegas. Also, they hold the Clark County business license, but is not physically located in Clark County, so they don't qualify.
That's
Am I
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I always tell people if you have a fire station near you, if it
Right.
says Las Vegas Fire, you're probably in the city of Las Vegas. But if it says Clark County,
You are in
you're
Clark
probably in
County.
the county, right?
That is correct.
Because UNLV sits on Clark County land,
Yes.
right? So does the airport,
Yes.
correct? And so does most of the strip.
Correct.
Boulevard Mall.
Boulevard
The
Mall,
Boulevard Mall del Mercado is Clark County.
That is correct.
correct.
Yeah.
There you go,
Valley.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos knows his geography.
Yeah. Spring Valley, some parts of Summerlin.
Parts of Summerlin, and it goes clear into East Las Vegas too.
Blue Diamond,
Yeah,
yep.
Blue Diamond as well. Okay.
Yep.
Wow, we are learning so much today. This is really great. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I think I might qualify. Where do they go, Rachel? How do we apply for this?
You just go to businessinclarkcounty.com. The program details are there. There's obviously other eligibility requirements. You have to have, a valid Clark County license. You have to have revenue. You have to have different paperwork that we're going to be asking.
Taxes.
Eventually, but actually, and the application is available online. But actually, I will say that we understand how busy our business community is. So what we did is that we divided the application into two parts, and in the first part, it honestly takes 15 minutes for you to fill out.
Okay.
And that will answer. If you fill it out, if you still don't know or want to find out if you're in unincorporated Clark County, you can still fill that out, and we'll let you know. It'll take you 15 minutes.
I swear, people always used to ask, are there grants for this and this and this? And I'd always tell them, no, there's really not grants that will actually just give you money for your business. This is actually a grant that will give you cash for your business, right?
That is correct, and I totally understand what you say.
We just want to make sure this is right?
Yep.
Because this hasn't happened before. Rarely will you, as a small business owner, get the opportunity, or somebody will just go, here's $10,000 to help your business.
Yep.
That just doesn't happen.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but also to clarify, because it's coming to us often, this question is not money to start up a new business.
Only if you're unemployed.
Only if you're unemployed.
And a resident of unincorporated Clark County.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have three categories. So our three categories are for existing businesses.
Okay.
And that's if you're a Clark County business license, and all those
and
people
you have to have a license, right?
Yeah, all those people who never bothered to get their local license. This is where karma's going to come and get you. And all those people who did and who thought it was unnecessary.
What if your license lapsed? Oh, this could be.
If you should pay for it, it depends on what business licensing says. So we're going by that the first time. So if you go and make yourself right, you might still get in. But if you never had one and you just go and open it and you're like, here's my license.
Is there minimum income thresholds for existing businesses?
Yes, it's a $25,000.
So you have to have been at least earning some decent revenue in your business. Okay.
Yeah.
So $25,000 on the lower end, $3 million on the high end.
Yeah.
0 to 50 employees.
Yep.
And you're good.
And a business
licensed.
So you have to have been operational for over a year. So the second category is nonprofits. And those have to be headquartered in unincorporated Clark.
Okay.
And you need a certificate too. There's people don't know that.
Birth certificate, that works?
Well,
no, Carlos.
Well, a birth certificate for your nonprofit. No, you need to have a charitable certificate from Clark County, and that you have to have had it over a year.
Not a charitable marriage certificate, Carlos.
Aren't all marriages charitable with Carlos?
Oh yeah, they are, Carlos. We love Carlos.
No. And then the third category is a startup, and that really is you for unemployed residents.
Okay.
Or if your business is less than a year, you live in unincorporated Clark County.
So, okay, here comes the tough question. So, walk us through this. So, say I'm a business owner. I made $50,000 around last year. I live in unincorporated Clark County, and I have a business license that's actually active and valid. Mm-hmm. So I go to the website, I fill out that 15-minute application, right? And then what happens after that?
So then you get an email, and we'll review it. You'll get an email asking you to fill out the full application, which again is not as cumbersome as it seems. We really did try to make these short.
You simplified it.
Yeah, you just have to have a plan for your business, and we hope that everyone does.
Not like the IRS simplifies things.
No.
It's different.
I mean,
a few codes here and there, but it's very simple.
Yeah. No, this one we think it's pretty easy, and you fill it out, and then that's it. You're done. You upload your documents, and then you just wait for us to contact you with a decision.
Nice. Okay, so at that point, you contact me for the decision. You're like, hey, Mike, you're in luck. You qualify for X amount of money. Do you actually tell them how much they qualify for?
Yes. We'll tell you the award amount when we receive an award letter. You'll have a contract to sign with the county.
Okay.
And then you will get assigned to work with your advisor, and then you start that plan. You have the 30 days to write your plan, and then you just go.
Yeah, but in your application, that's where the team's decision, the Clark County decision, is based on that application the amount of money.
Yes.
So they need to work with their advisor to get that goal. Is ER machines, equipment.
Well, and that'll be for the after, you know.
Okay.
For the application, if you just tell us kind of a loose plan. And it's really simple. I'll give you an example.
So let's say I'm a T-shirt printer.
Yeah,
right?
go for it.
And I go, there's this direct-to-garment printer I'd like to buy.
Yep.
It's about $25,000. I put in there, I'd really like to use the money to purchase this machine.
Mm-hmm.
You get accepted. Then what? Do you just get a check in the mail? How does that work, Rachel?
No, so
we're unfamiliar with this. This is so new.
Well, so are we. No, I'm just kidding. No. So, like I said, there's a process, obviously, the work with the advisor, and you will probably, after you submit your plan, again, ideally within 30 days, you'll receive a check, the first part of your award.
It's in tranches.
It's in tranches. Okay. So there'll be 3 tranches. The first one will be after you submit your work plan.
Okay.
And ideally, like I said, we want that to be fast within a month.
Okay.
You submit it, probably a week or so later, you'll have a check from us. Or
do you break it up into thirds?
And the thirds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have the first part, and then the second part will come 6 months later.
Okay.
After you've submitted 2 quarterly reports, and then you'll receive the third part at the end of the program.
Okay, I had a question because I know I'm Mexican. I need to ask. If I receive the check, I need to buy this equipment, but I got a check. I buy a new truck, and I get a used one, not the equipment that was, so need to be supervised and direct the money where the funding
you have
is
to
directed.
prove the money went into what you're doing,
Right,
right?
and that's where the technical assistant program, the technical advisor will come in. You know, we expect you to report what you are going to spend it on. Ideally, you know, obviously, if you're not spending on it, at some point we'll figure it out.
So no new truck, no new boots.
Only if it's for your business.
Well, I got a question too. How does the county actually give the money to you? Is it like, I'm hoping that's not on gift cards or
No, it's
is it wired?
It's
a check or a wire.
It's a check or a wire. Wow,
Yeah.
it's like total. This is so interesting. It's totally legit. You're going to get money, but how often do you have to meet with an advisor?
A minimum of once a month.
Minimum of once a month. Okay, and there's also classes that are going to be taught.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
education.
there's all different components. So, you know, we have a lot of wonderful partners with this. We're working with the SBDC. We're working with Chicanos por la Causa. For the nonprofits, we're working with the Grant Lab. All those 3 agencies will serve as lead TAs. But there's also subject matter experts, which include the Women's Business Center, NV Grow. We have a couple of consultants that specialize in social media and video production.
That's nice.
One consultant that really is a fantastic kind of manufacturing and just like a really high level for high enterprises consultant type person who can do a gamut. UNR obviously is our.
We're participating in this. We're going to be teaching some stuff. So we're pretty excited. Like, what's the downside to this, Rachel? I'm kind of, oftentimes entrepreneurs are like, you're weighing your risks. What are my risks for applying to this?
You know, I really don't feel like we're not trying to make this like, punitive. This is a post-COVID county where we want you to succeed.
Okay.
So it really isn't. We've tried to make it as positive as you can and as customized as you can. We want the individual needs of the community to be addressed. And we hope that, in my experience, entrepreneurs are always excited about working on their business.
Absolutely.
That's literally what they do, 70 to 80 hours.
What I like really is the approach is business decision, not curriculum decision.
Correct.
So you don't need to go to the school seminars and get your diploma in order to get your money. No, it's what you need in order to be successful and move to the next level.
Streamlined, it's right to the point.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the business owner is going to be the one who decides what they get out of the program.
Okay. So how first come, first serve basis, I'm assuming.
Yep.
How much money's been allocated in total for the whole program?
So for this program, we have $5 million allocated. Obviously, that's why we're so careful with those eligibility requirements. We're going to be reviewing, again, the strength of the application will come with what you intend to do with the money.
Okay.
And as a county, we obviously are looking for people who need to hire people who are moving it back into that retail space or who are going to be high profit generators and bring in that money into our local economy. So those are all our goals.
Inventory qualifies. So, for instance, I had a tire shop and I need to get a new tires inventory.
Yep.
That qualifies as
Yeah,
well?
it's a supply.
It's
Working capital. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Okay.
So we couldn't make it a direct inflation hedge, but as close as we could.
Okay. Well, this sounds like a wonderful program. So if you're a small business owner and you're listening to this, or if you've been unemployed during the last little bit and you're looking to start a business, and you might need, I don't know, you're starting a cleaning company and you need to get a floor waxer or something like that. This is a perfect opportunity to, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, what we want to, especially for those startups, those people who are making that pivot, that's why we're partnering with UNR for those fundamentals. And even for existing businesses, obviously COVID showed us that a lot of people don't know what a profit and loss statement is. So if you're an existing business who've always wanted to know what that is.
They don't know where their tax returns are.
This is your shot. Professor Mike is going to take you.
We're going to be teaching you guys the basics.
And the Hispanic community, we had 3 types of the profit and loss statements. The one for your wife, the real, and the one for the banks.
So there you go.
That is true, Carlos. That's pretty good.
Well, we're hoping to teach you for the one for the banks, because honestly, what we hope is at the end. I mean, this isn't a program where, obviously we're right now focused on the beginning of the program, but in the future, ideally, part of the partners we've selected is that we hope that maybe in the end of the year, you might be able to leverage this money to go get a loan, proper loan from an organization.
Or buy the building they are leasing out, or things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we want to position you in a place that you're going to succeed. So if you've always had questions and never have known where to start, this is the place where to start.
Now, if somebody applies and let's say they say I'm looking for $100,000, you could come back and say we'll give you 25, or based on that.
Well, it's actually harder than that. It's going to be, the award amounts are available on our website, and they're going to depend on the revenue. So whatever in the past 3 years, and it's obviously going to depend on the age of your company, if it's 2.5. But we're going to take your highest year of revenue in the past 3 years, and that's what's going to determine the amount.
Okay. That makes sense. So if you're doing $2.5 million, obviously your needs are a little higher than if you're a startup, right? Okay.
Yep. But that's also why we're pairing for the smaller companies. We really don't want them to be discouraged, because that's why we're pairing them with, or presenting the opportunity to work with an organization like Chicanos por la Causa that is a CDFI, and they know about the program. So obviously they have in their minds, they have 1 year to get someone ready for potentially a loan if that's what they're looking for. And you're going to have the benefit of working directly with an organization for 13 months and build that relationship with literally a banker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and $5,000 or $3,000 or $2,000 means a lot to a small business to just say, here, you can expand, and here's how you can expand, and you don't have to pay. What if they don't hit their goals? Like, what if, here's a hypothetical. Yeah. How bad does it get? The county comes after you. We send Carlos in to get you if you don't pay. They'll pay it back at some point if you don't use it right.
The Mexican mafia, hey, you need to pay back.
Well, I mean, obviously.
We know some people.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, let's say, you forget to meet with your advisor. Those are the things that we're going to be tracking. If at some point, someone goes off the rails, and we know things happen. So obviously, that's why we're not, one meeting a month with someone who can be like, the difference between $3,000, we hope that that's incentive enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, if at some point someone falls off the program, then they just don't get the rest of the program. They forfeit it, in essence.
We just we had an example of one company, it's no names, but it's a flooring company, but they need equipment to do demolition and work faster and hire to crew to work on it. And $10,000 make the difference for
huge
them
difference.
To the next. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yes, that equipment.
I think this program with the county is groundbreaking in a lot of ways, because Carlos is right. That amount of money to a small business is such a boost to that. And, a rising tide lifts all boats. So if they're going to contribute to the economy here, we want people to do that. We want them to be able to be successful, be able to send their kids to school and college here in Nevada, right? Keep them here in the state, keep the knowledge here. And keep our economic, that's economic development, is improving, people's standard of living, really,
Yeah.
if it comes down to it. And then it increases our tax base in town, too.
Which is really what the county wants.
County loves that.
But at the end, we're improving the life and
Yes.
the business that our community.
Creating
It's our
sustainable
community.
prosperity in our
Exactly.
community. And that's what
That's
it's
the
about.
most important thing. And congratulations to Clark County team,
Yes.
or your team, because it's a new program. Congratulations, and you're moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some announcements within the next month. So, but if it's still, even if we announce awards, there's still a chance to apply.
So you're taking applications now?
Yep.
Okay. What's the website again for everybody? Now that you're like so excited about this.
Businessinclarkcounty.com. If you have any questions or information's there, send us an email. The application's available online. And there's also people to assist you and walk you through the application if you have questions.
Nice.
Wonderful. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us here today and talking about our new TEAP program. Please, if you're a small business owner, get on this immediately. This is great information. It's a grant. We don't have this happen very often, so this is really great. Thanks, Carlos, again for being with us, and thank you. Big thank you to the Latin Chamber too for all our support.
Absolutely, we'll appreciate that. Thank you.
So go do something good in your business today. Thank you.